there's never ever in my life ever been a time I ever wanted to use the N-word.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just gotta say it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, why can't I say it? Can I say it? Oh, I just want to say it.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I got another question for you.
We better get him out of here too.
Okay, but I got this question.
We can stay another 3 hours.
Okay, so which you be, I've always wanted to ask this question. Okay, they say you're black, but you're white.
Oh, me?
But
Here we go.
I'm white.
So
she white.
Damn.
but I know that like sometimes you might go in certain rooms that there's nobody else in there that is black, and you hear them talk in a certain way that you might not feel comfortable with. How do you handle situations like that?
That's a good question. I got to give it up to you.
It's very tough. It's very much so like the Big Mo situation.
Yeah.
If I don't say something, somebody gonna say something to me.
That's real.
So it's I definitely been in the rooms where it's all white boys, and I don't mean like racist white boys, but more like hood white boys, and they using the N-word left and right. And it's like, say, man, y'all making me very uncomfortable using this word. But they don't mean anything racist by it. And as you go around the country in different, when you in the trenches in some of these places, it might be acceptable for that person to speak a certain way in that neighborhood. But outside of the neighborhood, you can't speak that way.
Right.
And even when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it, you really shouldn't. And it's going to come back on you speaking that way in your own neighborhood. But it's acceptable now. But as people grow, then they start to look at it a little different of, man, say, every time you say that word, you feel something, It's like, I got a homeboy who, he go on boys trips. They go on boys trips. Him and his homeboy go have orgies, with prostitutes. That's their boys trip.
Yeah.
So orgies with prostitutes, not with each other. Well, either way. Okay. My wife say, oh, I'm going on a girls trip. I'm like, look, man, you have got to stop calling this a girls trip. Because every time you say girls trip, this is what pops into my mind. My homeboys going on a boys trip, telling us about these wild orgies they had with prostitutes.
That's real.
And so when you say you go on a girls trip, please just call it something else. So it's the same way. I don't know. There's never, ever in my life ever been a time I ever wanted to use the N-word.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just gotta say it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, why can't I say it? Can I say it? Oh, I just want to say it. Ron C always been my big homie.
Yeah. He
the one that he always been there. And that goes back to my church days I went to church with Ron C's sisters, his mom, his stepdad, his grandma. His stepdad was the elder at the church. His mom was the church choir director.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had one sister that was my age, and another sister was real, like a little bit younger, real young, so I would like babysit her. And then his cousin is my boy B. Sykes, who gave me the nickname Paul Wall.
Wow.
So I always been connected with Ron C, OG Ron, man. And I always tell everybody, he OG Ron C, but I'm the first person that he was OG to.
That's hard.
This hard. Boss
That's
Talk.
hard.
Paul Wall was the first one. The OG Ron C was OG too. So big shout out to my OG Ron C. But his mama, his grandma, they would tell him, say, man, you got Paul over there. Man, don't let him get caught up in that word or in the world or in this and that. Hey, and they would always tell him, hey, if he go wrong on the wrong path, God gonna hold you, Ron C, responsible.
That's right.
Wow.
So he would always kind of protect me from myself or guide me. He definitely took me. He taught me how to DJ for sure, but so much more than that. He taught me, a lot of, he was a real big homie, real OG. Taught me a lot about manhood, how, just what to stand on, how to be delicate, and when I'm speaking on things like a Big Mo impersonator or something, how I speak on that. But I ain't got to chastise him all the way, but
so he was like an A&R for you, kind of.
Well, not with the music. When it came to the music, not really.
Just on life.
Just on life. A&R on life. He was A&R on life. Yeah, for sure. He was A&R on life.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But when I'm in them areas, sometimes where also it's a little different in California. So like a lot of it's maybe based off of the prison system, how it works out there, but like In Texas, it's a lot of black and brown unity. Where in California, it's, not as much.
Yeah.
Or even if you're white in California, you might, connect with a lot of Mexicans in California, especially in the Bay Area, in the Bay. But in Southern California, I'm sorry. When it comes to the white and Mexican, that's especially in Southern California. But, in Texas, if you white, you might not side with the black or Mexican population in jail. It's going to be the white people coming for you.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.